This movie felt like a Logan Paul vlog because it's almost like jump cuts. Like, it just changes scenes so fast. The writing is so on point. There's not a single second wasted in this movie. It's 3 freaking hours long and somehow it only feels like 2.5 hours. That's some next level tier writing right there. And man, I enjoyed the heck out of this movie. It gave me chills. The acting was incredible. I think this movie is Oscar worthy. And that's essentially my review of the movie, and so we're just going to jump right into spoilers because I don't really have anything else to say other than that. Now, spoilers. I understand that some people will be disappointed in this movie because it's technically not about the bomb. And now, movie is called Oppenheimer. It's about Oppenheimer, the man who made the bomb. And you would think that the Trinity test or the nuclear explosion would be the climax of the film, but it's actually just the thing that sets off the climax of the movie. And I actually thought that was really, really good. The more you get towards the end of the movie, everything that happens after the bomb goes off is masterfully done. And the movie sets everything up in such a way where the final shots of the movie give you chills. It is absolutely chilling, this movie. And it also shows how people can make things up in their heads. And, you know, this politician guy that Robert Downey Jr. plays, I forget his name, but he is so good in this movie. Downey, he kills it. He kills it so freaking hard. It's unbelievable. He kind of, it felt like a very angry, older Tony Stark, but not really. You know, it's like it didn't feel like he was playing Tony Stark. It did feel like a different character, and he absolutely killed it. And just the way that he spun this whole narrative about how Oppenheimer's turning people against him, just from Einstein like not looking at him, and the way that it goes at the very end, it's like, hey, you know, maybe he said something to him that was actually important. And then you realize what that was. It was absolutely incredible. And so I thought the Trinity test scene was really, really good. And a lot of people are saying that it wasn't quite climactic enough. I don't know. I think focusing on the expressions on people's faces was really, really a good idea, especially because there's only so much you can do. There's only so much fire you can show, and then it just becomes, you know, like a Transformers movie, and you're just like, ugh. But like seeing the emotional impact on people's faces, especially Oppenheimer, that was really, really well done. And then everything afterwards, I love how the rooms start shaking for him when he's getting this social anxiety about what he's done and what's going to become of him, and not him, but of the world. And this movie really does take you on a journey, and all of the acting is so good. And, you know, sometimes you feel like all of these different great actors are just here for a cameo, but nobody phones it in. They all give spectacular performances, every single one of them. I couldn't name a single actor in this movie that didn't do a good job. And the cinematography was absolutely brilliant. The color grading on this movie is great. I can't think of anything else positive to say except that this movie is great and you should go see it. Let's talk about the nude scenes for a second. Those were jarring, but I think that was the point. I think I think the nude scenes actually fit the movie really, really well. They're not like thrown in as eye candy. They are very emotional, especially the one with Emily Blunt seeing someone else on her husband, and just the look on her face. It's not necessarily eye candy. It's more like it's shot in a way that it's just matter of fact. It's just like, oh, this is a thing that they're seeing, and this is how it makes them feel. And it added a visceralness to the movie. And was it necessary? Probably not, but does it take away from the film? I don't think so. I don't think it makes the movie worse. I think it fits perfectly. Was it necessary? Probably not. You didn't have to make the people naked. But again, I think it's more about the gut punch of, you know, just showing matter-of-factly this is what was happening, and they really are crucial scenes. And his relationships with these women really do matter and really do affect the plot. And so I can understand why Christopher Nolan as a filmmaker would want to shoot it in such a way where it really makes you pay attention and really just sort of like punches you and is very raw and very visceral, because it does matter and it does play a huge part in the ending of the film and Oppenheimer getting his security clearance revoked and losing his credibility. It really does all chain and snowball effect into this really massive and emotional climax of the movie. And so, was it necessary? No. Does it make the movie less good? Also no. If anything, it makes it a little bit better, or it fits. It fits the context and the style of the movie. And so, that's my thoughts on that. And that's it. You can check out my Barbie review right here.